Welcome back, everybody, to this Just the News, Real America's Voice special report, What Bullets Couldn't Silence, the Charlie Kirk story. It's all brought to you, of course, by our great friends at AMAC, and I'm here with AMAC CEO Rebecca Weber as my co-host, and we've got a fantastic next guest. He has been, I think, one of the most important thinkers when it comes to how to use the law to make America sane again. He's the founder and president of the Article 3 Project, our good friend, Mike Davis. Mike, good to have you back on.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we know that there is a disproportionate evidence of violence on the left, political violence on the left, hardly just a 5, 10, 20 to 1 when it comes to, compared to what conservatives have done. President Trump ramping up things. There's an executive order in the last week that declared Antifa a domestic terrorist organization. What are the next things that need to happen legally to start to get a handle on stopping this violence?
Well, I have full confidence in Attorney General Pam Bondi and her Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, FBI Director Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, Harmeet Dillon, so many great people in the Trump 47 Justice Department, including the various U.S. attorneys who are just getting in, like Judge Janine Pirro in D.C., Jason Redding Quinones down in Miami, and many others. What needs to happen is the Trump Justice Department needs to hold these left-wing violent terrorists accountable, and that includes severe, and I mean severe, legal, financial, and political consequences, including bringing criminal investigations and criminal indictments against these left-wing terrorists and putting them in prison. And there are several ways that they can do that in the Justice Department. I think that's the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, in consultation with the Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, they should designate Antifa as a foreign terrorist organization, which gives them more tools to go after Antifa. Right now, President Trump has said it's a domestic terrorist organization, and that's a crucial step forward, but we need to go one more step, and that's a foreign terrorist organization, because Antifa clearly has international ties and international network, probably international funding. And when you do that, that means that the administration can more easily cut off Antifa's funding, can expel the illegal aliens, even legal aliens who are here, if they are part of Antifa. And you can also charge those who support Antifa with material support under our anti-terrorism laws. And then we also should look at just general federal charges that you would use, for example, to take down the Klan or take down the mob, like RICO statutes, organized crime statutes. And you can also just look at federal statutes, federal felonies for conspiracy, assaults on federal law enforcement, destruction of property, illegal firearms, illegal use of incendiary devices. There are so many tools that the Justice Department can use to go after Antifa and these other left-wing violent terrorists. And I would end on this. We should also look very seriously at the George Soros financial network, because I think George Soros and his son have been funding many of these left-wing groups for a very long time. And we need to look if there's a tie to terrorism with that.
Yeah.
Mike, many conservatives do worry about the politicization of the courts. How do we restore faith in America's legal system? We got to hold these bad actors accountable.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Rebecca. I've been trying to do this for the last 3 years since the Mar-a-Lago raid, going on your show talking about this lawfare against President Trump for the last 3 years, 5,000 media hits. It helped President Trump win the election, and President Trump won a very broad electoral mandate to cut waste, fraud, and abuse, secure our border, and expel illegal aliens, particularly Tren de Aragua foreign terrorists and MS-13 international gang members. The American people liked what they heard from President Trump in his campaign, and they gave him 312 electoral votes, all 7 swing states, the popular vote. President Trump won the House. He kept the House. He won a comfortable majority in the Senate. The American people gave President Trump a broad electoral mandate to lead. And Democrats don't have the House, they don't have the Senate, they don't have the White House. But what they do have, these Democrat plaintiffs and Democrat attorneys are going to these Democrat judges and these Democrat hellholes like DC, New York, Chicago, LA, San Francisco, and they're having these activist judges issue these bogus rulings, these nationwide injunctions to sabotage the will of the American people. And I've said this repeatedly, President Trump is not stealing Congress's legislative power under Article 1. President Trump is not stealing the Supreme Court's judicial power under Article 3. President Trump is exercising core Article 2 executive power to take care that our laws are faithfully executed as the chief executive officer, to protect our nation from an invasion as the commander-in-chief. And what these judges are doing, it's radical, it's un-American, it's unconstitutional, and it's very dangerous. Fortunately, the Attorney General Pam Bondi and her team in the Supreme Court of the United States, cases 6-3. So that shows you how bad that the left has gone here when they managed to lose the Chief Justice and other swing justices. So President Trump is doing what he promised American voters. He's slogging through this, and he's going to save our country.
Yes. And so while Trump seems to be very laser focused, what role do states have really in preserving the principles of Western civilization?
Yeah, we are a Judeo-Christian nation, and we are welcoming of legal immigrants. We're welcoming of people like we always have been, people like my Irish ancestors who came to America and they assimilate into our culture and society. That's a good thing when we have carefully controlled immigration of people who want to come here and share our American values. But when we have people invading our country and do not share our values, that is a very dangerous thing. And our most fundamental sovereign power as we the people is to control our border and population. And these judges simply do not have the power to take away that sovereign power from we the people. We never gave that away.
Mike, before we let you go, there's another agency that I think probably plays an important role in tamping down this violence, and that would be the IRS, beginning to pull maybe some of the nonprofit statuses of these groups that have funded the anti-Semitism, funded the Palestinian protests, funded the Antifa-like protests. Do you think the IRS is equipped and ready to do that?
It should do it, because the IRS certainly had no problem going after conservatives who are lawfully exercising our constitutional rights. So if we can go after conservatives who are operating within the law, they can certainly go after leftists who are not operating inside the law, who are actually terrorists inside of our country, who are using their nonprofits to subvert the American society, to subvert our country. So yes, the Scott Bessent should have the IRS. This should be an all-of-government approach by the DOJ, including the FBI, by the Treasury Department, including the IRS, by the State Department, by Homeland Security, an all-of-government approach to get these foreign terrorists and their domestic allies the hell out of our country, and for the domestic allies, put them in prison.
Yeah, to fund them. That's get that fuel out of the tank. Mike Davis, you always are doing such amazing work at the Article 3 Project. Great honor to have you on the show today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right, folks, next we'll have one of the speakers at AMAC's Boot Camp for Patriots events that's happening tomorrow in Virginia. I'm going to be there. Stephanie Lundquist Aurora's going to be there. She's going to join us next. Stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, while we're in the break, head over to amac.us/justuse, because you can join for as little as $120 a month for a 5-year membership. I'm a 5-year card carried member. You should join just like me. That's amac.us/justuse to get that special offer. We'll be right back.